Hello class! In this video I'm going to show you how to use Softchalk, which is our content delivery system that we'll be using for the lessons in each of the chapters this semester. On this page you can see our home page. It's not published yet. You're getting a little backstage look. You go over to modules and you'll see all of the material for week 1. In week 1, as you scroll down, you'll see once you've viewed all of these pages and taken the syllabus quiz and the Getting to Know You activity, you will then be able to open up our introduction page, which if you're viewing this video, you've already done. Now, it may look a little bit different for you, but for me, all you have to do down here is click to load the introduction lesson in a new window, and then click View Lesson. This is Softchalk. Up here along the top you see pages, all of the different pages that you can access for this lesson. This is the first page. The lower portion of this first page says that there are 2 things I recommend. The first thing is that you take the introduction handout that is available to you on our course site, and that you read and review the textbook introduction. You'll find both of those pages here back on our lesson assignment page on Canvas. The introduction guide right here and the chapter reading right here. I'm going to go ahead and open up the introduction guide. These are the vocabulary terms that I will need to know for the introduction. So what I'm going to just do is copy and paste these into a Word document. Now I'm going to begin the Softchalk lesson. Let's go to the next page. Here I can see right away that we're going to be talking about formal analysis, and I can see that formal elements is one of the vocabulary words in my introduction handout, so I'm going to pay special attention to this. If I hover over the blue words here for formal analysis, I get a little definition. So if I wanted to, I could type this definition over here in my introduction handout. I can see that it says form encompasses qualities of line, shape, color, light, texture, space, mass, volume, and composition, and these make up the formal elements. So I'm going to say formal elements, see below, because it's line, shape, color, texture, and composition. I assume that I'm going to be exploring a little bit more of these formal elements as we move through the introduction lesson. Wherever you see this little icon here, that's a quiz. It's a review question, so you click on it for, in this case, a multiple choice question. If sometimes there'll be true-false questions or things like that. The question is, which is not an example of full formal elements? And I'm looking here, and I'm looking at my list, and I'm remembering what I just wrote down, and I see content here sticks out to me. Check my answer, and good job, I got it right. Say I put space, so I don't see that on here either. It was in the list above, but it wasn't in the handout. I check my answer, incorrect. Well, I can try it again. Content, got it right that time. Not all of the quizzes will give you the option to try them again, so I would make sure that you're doing your best the first try. But I think especially for this introduction lesson, I've been a little bit generous with letting you retry most of the questions as you're still getting used to it. This is a fun little widget. You can hover over different areas of the picture and see little bubbles pop up. This is explaining to you how to read a label or how to understand the information that's given next to a picture. On this page, you'll see some of our first videos. So these are videos that I have made and posted and uploaded and broken down into more manageable chunks, and you can watch them on your own. A little problem with the size. I need to figure that out a little bit more, but I'm still getting used to this. You can make it full screen if you want. I would fully recommend that. Here are some pictures, and then here is a card activity. So sometimes there'll be multiple choices, sometimes there'll be more game-like activities. Here you're trying to decide if the formal element that's described in the picture is literal or perceived. This will make sense after you've viewed those videos that are above. So, we're going in order here, and you're reviewing things that you are watching as you go. It's very active in that sense. So in this case, it's referring to texture of a furry coat, Well, I have seen this painting in person, and I know that it is not literally furry. It is not an actual furry coat. It's just a painting of a furry coat. So I'm going to go with perceived texture because it is not actual, it's not literal. And I got it right. You go through these cards and to figure out if they're literal or perceived. And if you get anything wrong, you can, of course, again, click restart. As you go, you'll see your score out of 33 in the bottom corner. You'll continue to make your way through the rest of these pages on your own. I'm not going to walk you through all of them, but as you go, you'll come up with definitions for each of these vocabulary words, or you should come up with definitions for almost all of them. If you miss one, you can always refer to your textbook to help you fill in any of these definitions that you did not manage to get. Vocabulary is going to be a really important part of our exam, our midterm exam, and the handouts contain the vocabulary words that I will be quizzing you on. So you want to make sure that you have all these definitions. In addition to filling out the handouts as you go through the lesson, we're going to double down on these vocab words and enter them in Quizlet. Once you have finished the introduction guide, you will move down on our Canvas page to our next page that defines the instructions for our Quizlet assignment. Before you go, really important thing that I need to mention, make sure that you are completing these lessons to the end. Do not close out of the page or close your computer down. You can minimize the page. You can actually take a while to complete them. It won't really log you out if you stay within the same day. But don't close the window until you've finished because it will not save your progress. You want to try to complete these lessons in 1 or 2 sittings. If at any point anything goes wrong with your lesson, please feel free to screen cap your score and send that to me so I can try to help you. If it doesn't automatically load. But these lessons will automatically, when you're finished them, be reflected in your Canvas grades. That being said, if you go to the last page, you'll see here a little identifier. You can type in your name right here and print your score summary. You can print this to a PDF and keep it for your own records in case Canvas is not cooperating and doesn't record your score. You still have a record of it, and you can always email that to me as proof that you have completed this lesson. I will see you once you've worked your way through our introduction assignment, and we'll talk a bit about what you're supposed to do for Quizlet. Good luck, and feel free to email me with any questions. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's a terrible picture.